Zimbabwe's economy is not functioning. We have to go. We don't have a functioning economy. We don't have industrialization. There is no employment. Corruption to its fullest. Muri Zimbabwe kwese kwa muri ikoko uyu ndichimugwedera umshesha pansi for the youth speaking. Youths and the citizens of Zimbabwe, this is the high time to change our future, our story, and bring glory to our land which our forefathers died for. Let's all rise, Zimbabwe. Put aside all our differences, be it from a different political party. It's time now for us to unite. Let's do away with all these stereotyped tribalistic mentalities that were introduced by the government. Let's all remove madambudzo aya achitambudza. We no longer want dambudzo nemadambudzo ake ngaende. We have all perished under his rule from destroying our future, especially my youths, with drugs and Njengu, which he always preach on the forum, no to drugs, but Njengu is a Zim product. And it is his damaged system that is letting these drugs to come into the country. Each October 2023, Collins Mnangagwa was found with 20 kgs of cannabis and nothing was done to him. Not only that, but we've got people who have got audacity to go to the state house. State house, cocaine, drugs. That proves that your system is damaged to the core. It's the one letting the drugs in the country. How many careers have ended under your rule? Many careers. His refusal to hear to the civil servants cry about their wages, that is not enough. They can't even afford a living. Nema wages varugutambira from the government. But why he does the best is to arrest and beat them. We've got Apex Council, and the Apex Council, we've got Zimbabwe Teachers College Union, Raymond Machongwe, and Amalgamated Rural Teachers Union of Zimbabwe, Obed Masarauri, who have been advocating for teachers' rights, not only for the teachers, but for the civil servants' rights and welfare. But they've been arrested many times because varkuramba kuti mari yatinotambira ishoma, but what you do, you victimize them. And at times we even sit down and think kuti President Ava, they tell us that he was there when this constitution which we're using was amended. Constitution yakaamendwa na 2018. At times you hear him saying, I'm a law-abiding citizen. But the same constitution, that's why it's written on chapter 5, section 61 of the constitution, which emphasizes that the civil servant should maintain political neutrality and professionalism. But what's happening? On 2023, we saw your team going around each and every school, intimidating my teachers to endorse you. That's partisan politics, right? But imimi, you say you are a law-abiding citizen. Constitution yamakanyora imimi, amuna kuzwona ere kuti it's written on chapter 5, section 61 kuti civil servants should maintain political neutrality. Not only that, even my chiefs on chapter 5 as well. They must maintain political neutrality. But what we are seeing, you are going 2023, you went around each and every village bribing my traditional leaders, my chiefs, to endorse you as the president. Not only that, my security armed forces, police, military, you have infiltrated them with your people. But the constitution irukuzuramba izozo, but imimi, you don't care. Not only that, like I would like to take you Zimbabweans back to 2023. The private voluntary bill, which was initiated by the government on itself, not knowing which mangwana those which achinetsa. The main reason why Trump had to pull out US aid from Zimbabwe, it's because of the private voluntary bill, which was initiated It was initiated in 2022 but fully came into practice on 2023. And the main reasons why they introduced this PVO bill, right? They were saying it's improving oversight, like establishing clear regulations of how NGOs operate and report their activities. Kureva kuti they believed kuti my NGOs are funding my opposition, and by right my oppositions are supposed to be funded by the government. It's there on chapter 5. Kuti every political opposition should be funded by the government. They must get 3% of the funds from the government. But since the government is not doing its work, it wants Zimbabwe to be one party state. That's why it went as far to intimidate my NGOs and my civic society groups by implementing this PVO bill. Because they were like, okay, now my NGOs have to report everything kwa chiri. Like, the basis of this initiative includes establishing clear guidelines for funding, reporting, and collaborating between organizations and the government. But that's all lies, because the main reason for the PVO bill, they were like, okay, we're now crippling what? The opposition. We're now crippling what? The civic societies, which were always complaining about what? The human rights violation, no democracy, no rule of law, misuse of funds, national security concerns, and prioritizing domestic issues. That was the main issue. And it Katarisa today, what are the main reasons Trump put out my NGOs iwaya? Because most people lost work. Because most people were now depending on my NGOs. Most of the medicines that we're getting, it was from these NGOs, which USAID pulled out from. Alright then, when Trump pulled out USAID, he pulled out USAID on this basis. There were human rights violations, right? Concerns about the treatment of citizens and lack of basic freedom, lack of democratic governance, misuse of funds, allegations that aid money was not being used effectively or was being diverted for corrupt purposes. And that's true. Marie El Nino yakaenda kupi? Ma-COVID funds akaenda kupi? The government took it. Vakaishandisa ivo zvikananda. Not zvikananda. National security concerns. Fears that aid was benefiting groups that threatened US interest or security. Because USAID is funding that money to help the people. But imimi, you are not even helping Vano. You are using that money to pocket it yourselves. Ndosaka tichiwana anatungwarara ava vatouya nemazidumbu mahombe anachivayo ava vese ava, all those funds. And this same person uyu whom you are defending is the same person who made USA to pull out from Zim under his PVO bill, which he implemented himself, not knowing kuti mangwana ndizo zvichachiruma. And yes, zvachiruma izvezvi, we are now seeing it. Furthermore, the government on its own, the government is now damaged to its core. Yakawora to its core. The government, which the constitution states that it mustn't practice partisan politics on chapter 2, section 3, which emphasizes the importance of national unity and the need for the governments to promote peace, justice, and rule of law. This section underscores the commitment to non-partisan governance, ensuring that the governance serve all citizens fairly and equitably. But he has crippled the system using his power as the president to control the government. It's evidenced by loyal ministers aligned to him, Minister of Information, Technology and Publicity and Broadcasting, Minister of Information, Publicity and Broadcasting, Ana Monica Mtswanga, Minister of Defense Forces, Ana Opa Mchinguri, Minister of Home Affairs, Ana Kazimbe. Vaitotaura futhi kuti give them crocodile milk, vachisa Minister of Finance Mthuli Ncube, additionally abusing your power to control the cash flow of the country. This is evidenced by appointing his son as the Deputy Minister of Finance, Emerson Mnangagwa Jr. The meltdown of the economy. Ever since you assumed power, our economy has collapsed. Subsequently, we saw the fall of the bond note in your watch that you replaced with RTGS, which was introduced in February 2019. But just few months along the line, it collapsed. That was by June 2019. Now you have introduced ZIG, which you claim that is backed by gold. But Imimi and your team, you are failing to even to use that money. That's why we're seeing you on all the rallies that you are doing, on all these current functions that you've been holding. Vanachungwarara nevanhu vako vanoshandisa user. But unoda isusu manje ma-citizens munofunga kuti takapusa tofanira kushandisa ZIG. Imimi ramusingashandise, ramusingade kubata. Why musingade kubata mari yamunotaura imimi kuti it's backed by gold? Saka basically Zimbabwe's economy is not functioning. We have to go. Waurazwes mashopa varwa. We don't have a functioning economy. We don't have industrialization. There is no employment. Corruption to its fullest. Everything wauraya. Chausingade kusira nyika chi. Imbosia nyika. And this is what I have to tell you, vana ve Zimbabwe. We are heading towards a serious bloodbath. A civil war is coming. Because Mchinda we hade kusiya chigaro. What he wants is bloodthirsty. But don't worry, we're gonna give it to you. And you are going to die like Muammar Gaddafi. Uyo akatodhonswa nemotikari. Chituna chako iwewe chichadhonswa nemotikari. You will never have a decent burial, trust me. You will never have a decent burial unless you consider resigning. Failure to do so, civil war is coming. My youths, my Zimbabweans, kwese kwamori ikoko inzwingari swike kuti musharukwa anofanira kuyenda. Tatambura, we have to stand up in arms now and combine all our forces. Team vese musharukwa uyu. Because anditi munoda hondo, tichakupai hondo ya munoda iyoyo kuti mubve pachigaro. And one thing again, we will make sure in history your name is not even mentioned. Every street in zita renyu will make sure that Mnangagwa doesn't exist in Zimbabwe's history. We will make sure of that. Then another thing as well, yes, we've got our vocal leaders who have been eye-openers to many, like you can name them. Anageza, Ananyoka Mabunu, Tsenegamu, and our very own journalist, Blessed Mhla. Right? Saka Zwatisingade Susuma Zimbabweans. What happened in 2017 is we as the Zimbabweans, we took into the streets to defend our rights, and we removed the current president of the time. But what did the Zimbabweans gain? Nothing. We don't want ourselves to end up in that same situation again. As we are in all of this together, this is a struggle for everyone. Saka izvi zvekuti pane vamwe already vatopiwa zvigaro kuti iwe chigaro chako ndeichi soso ngazvimbomira. The struggle is for everyone. And izvozvo zvikaitika futi, don't ever expect my Zimbabweans to come again kuti timbosangana futi tiedza kurwisa the detector futi, because izvezvi zvakaitika na 2017 and now it's even happening. We no longer want history repeating itself. This struggle is for everyone. Hapana kuti iwewe wakaita so much no. This struggle is for everyone. Shoko ngariswike ikoko. And uyu Mnangagwa uyu anoyenda chete, but anoda hondo, ndiyo anoida. Saka inini chimukutira ndazvitaura. Inini chimukutira 19 past 8 Manheru ndazvitaura inini, shoko ngarisvike ikoko.